Hello there, friends. This is Jimmy Maverick, and hey, thank you for tuning in here. We're going to do another video about the app. We're going to talk about the advanced filter features that the app has and how you can use those filters to further customize your list to help you avoid certain types of players that you may not like. So let's go ahead and we'll set up the list first of all, and we're going to stick to best ball here. So I'm going to do the best ball list. Do you want to engage the counselor's recommended player filters? I'm going to say no. I want to see all the players. And then are we going to enter draft mode? No, we're going to skip this. So it just shows us the top 250 list. Okay. So basically, the first filter I want to tell you about is the position filters, which are right here. So if you want to just look at just quarterbacks or just running backs or just wide receivers, these are the filters you use. You just click it to turn it on, you click it again to turn it off, and it brings back everybody else, okay? The next filter that you have is if you don't like a certain player, like you just hate a player, you don't even want to consider them, you don't even want them on your list, like the counselor. Counselor hates Christian McCaffrey. He just hates him. I don't know why he hates him so much. But anyway, let's say I'm the counselor. I don't want Christian McCaffrey. I don't even want to see his face, right? I can just go over here to the far right side, this little X, and you can just click on that, and that will remove him from the list. Now, where did he go? Well, he went to the very bottom of the list for the remove players, and he's down here. And if you made a mistake, like, oh, I didn't mean to remove Christian McCaffrey from the list, I want to restore him, you just click the undo button and it puts him back there and he's back where he was before at the very top. Okay, that's very quick and easy. Now also, if you go into the advanced filters here and you go to the player filter list here, there's two ways you can filter players. One is the show me only, which will remove everybody but a specific type of player. Or these other ones will just remove players that don't meet the criteria. So under show me only, like if you wanted to just look, oh, who are the rookies? Let's look at who the rookies are in the top 250. You can click on this and then you close this advanced filters thing and you're going to see all the rookies for this year and where they're going at on the draft board and what they look like. This is actually a very handy tool if you're looking for a certain type of player. It's good to know, right? The other type of filter is the player filter. So if we wanted to remove, let's say, the low durability players, the low reliability players, and I know I have to fix this because it still says reliability here. I need to change that to durability. I'll fix that. But you click on reliability and you click that I'm going to remove all the low reliability players. This is something that's very important for best ball. You want durable players. It's very important. The durability rating is heavier is heavier in best ball mode. It's more important. It's a more important part of the Cuddy score. But what you'll see here is at the bottom of the list, you're going to see all the low durability players that have been removed from the list, right? So you've got a bunch here. And again, if you want to restore them, you can undo the filter for that player and bring him back up. And you can do multiple filters too. That's another thing that you can do. If we go into the filter list and let's just say we don't want any players that switch teams in the offseason. Remove those players too. We'll click that one also. We'll apply it to everybody. We'll just remove them all, but you can also apply it to just the top ADP, depending on this, the default's top 50, but you can do top 100, top 150. You can just choose whatever number you want, right? So let's see what that does to the list. So we're going to remove all the players that switch teams in the off season. And again, that just removes more players off the active. You can see, look, there's more players removed. Okay. And again, if you want to restore, if you like, oh, but I like Alexander Madison, I still like him, I can still put him back on the list. Okay, but this is just removing the active players that meet the criteria that you want to avoid. So that is another way to fully customize this list. And then, again, from here, we can still go into draft mode. We can still go into draft mode and say, okay, so let's break this down. 12 team, pick number 7. Let's enter draft mode. And you can see that the recommends list does not change. It still will recommend a player even if you've already removed them. But you can see here that based on the criteria we've set and where we're at the draft position, it's removed Christian McCaffrey and CeeDee Lamb because there's no way those guys are making it to you at pick 7. But it's also removing Saquon Barkley and Jonathan Taylor off the list because of the criteria you've set, the durability criteria and the new team criteria. If you go to round 2, again, you'll see it has removed a lot of players in round 2. Now, this is all the round 1 players that won't make it to round 2. So those guys are all here. But there's also, again, the players that either change teams or have low durability are also on this list. All right. So anyway, this is designed to help you out in building a fully customized list that you can then just follow through and choose the players that meet the criteria that you want for the upcoming season. So I invite you to go to the app 16 Rounds Plus. You can check it out. You can try out these filters, see how it impacts the list. And like I said, it's very important. Like, here's an example. Look, round 4. Cuddy recommends Josh Jacobs. But Josh Jacobs changed teams. He's not on the list. Josh Jacobs is down here. Now, I can restore him. Where are you, Jacobs? There he is. I can restore him. I can put him on the list. And if we put him on the list, he is going to be right there. He's right at the top. See, Pacheco's a long shot. Jacobs is still there. Scoring very good. He scores very good in cutting points. But because he switched teams, and we don't like players that switch teams, he is off the list. And instead, it's recommending Travis Etienne. It says you should take Etienne instead because Etienne does fit the criteria that you want for this fantasy season. So anyway, that's basically how it works. And you can fiddle around with this. You can fiddle with the, with the filters. They're very flexible. Again, we can apply, when we were looking at the application, the new team restriction, we could just limit that to the top 100, people. Let's go ahead and so we've applied it to the top 100. So after the top 100, anyone that switched teams, it's fine. They're still going to be on your list. But that gives you the added flexibility. And there's all sorts of filters here that you can use. Let's say you don't want any running backs over the age of 26, because again, it defaults to 27, but we can do 26 and get rid of players that are typically higher risk. And it will, again, apply the filter to the list, remove the players that don't meet the criteria, and then you can utilize who else is available to know who you should target instead of those players. So it's very useful in that methodology. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions about this. And I invite you to go to the website, check it out, try the filters, see how it impacts, because you can modify these filters, because sometimes you might choose a couple of filters and it removes too many players and you just don't have enough options on each round. That happens. One of the big ones that I like to do is the bye week filter. And you know what? I'm going to turn off the new team filter. I'm going to turn off the running back age and the reliability. And, there is the bye week strategy in fantasy football where you try to take all guys on the same bye week and see if you can, that way during the season, your team will be at full strength every week except for that 1 week. In this case, like let's choose Week 12. The Week 12 buys are the Atlanta Falcons, the Buffalo Bills, the Cincinnati Bengals, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, and New York Jets. That's actually a really good list of offensive teams that have some real good offensive assets. Let's see what that looks like real quick. So let's go to the bye week. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove everybody except for those on bye week 12. And let's go ahead and close this up. And what I like to see is, does this provide you with enough options on each round? So on the first round, okay, we got lots of great options. We got 6 players that we can choose from. What happens in round 2? Round 2, there's only 1 player, Chris Olave, and he's a long shot to make it to us. This would not be a good strategy if we're picking at pick number 7. Now, it might work better if we are at pick number 12. So let's go into the draft mode. Let's change this. Let's say we're picking 11th. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll enter draft mode from the 11th position. And so again, first and second round. Look, okay, we've got all these players to choose from. Let's look at the next round. 3, 4. Oh, look at this. We got lots of great choices. Look at all these players that are still here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 players to choose from that fit that criteria. Round 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay. So the bye week strategy is actually a good strategy if you're picking late. If you're picking in the middle, obviously it doesn't work real well because you're already screwed at round 2. But if you're on the ends, it works a little bit better. Look, okay, so here's 5 players to choose from in rounds 7 and 8. We've got 5 players to choose from in rounds 9 and 10. Although, look, a lot of them aren't very good. So that's another thing to consider is are there good choices? Look at this. Oh, man, this is getting risky. Okay, it's getting bad now. There's one good rated player. And everyone else doesn't rate too well. So, it's good to have this so you can check it out and see if it works. There's also the Week 14 bye weeks, which has Baltimore Ravens, Denver Broncos, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, New England Patriots, and Washington Commanders. You could try the bye week strategy with Week 14. See if that works for you and see if it provides you with enough options on each and every round to make it a viable strategy that could work for you. So that's what this app is designed to do. So anyway, thank you for watching this very long video. I appreciate it. We're just kind of screwing around here, just checking out different things. It's kind of fun to check this out and see how it impacts your strategy when you're in the app. So it's good to help you with that. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please go to the website, 16roundsplus.com. Check it out. If you like it, subscribe. You can unlock all the features and utilize all these tools. Again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have yourself a great day, everybody.